Now, honestly, I'm probably the least spiritual person in this entire room. I was shocked when Juliji called me to talk and share some ideas, but I will do my best. Some of them are borrowed thoughts. So, at the core of Ranadeji's philosophy lies the idea of a single, all-encompassing divine reality. Drawing from the Vedantic concept of the Brahman, he posited that there is one ultimate spiritual principle underlying all existence. This supreme reality, according to him, is not merely an abstract concept, but a living presence that can be directly experienced through spiritual practice. So the way I interpret it, this is my reality, is that we all have to find that one thing which we are all short of, which is time. In our lives today, in our ambition today, to have everything that we want and everything that somebody else also wants, okay, we don't find spare time. And that is, in my honest belief, an essential collective failing of our society. The persons here surely are, I believe, practicing or attempting to or working hard to find time for spiritual experiences. But our entire society, I feel today, has truly, truly morphed in its majority towards finding consumer items and luxuries and pleasures and other things which really take them away from the essence of the spirituality needed to lead lives in today's complex world. And if there is one thing that I can emphasize is, if you can take the time, since today you have found the time, to convince another person to take 5 minutes of their day to just sit quiet and do nothing and close their eyes, not go to sleep. Okay, that is a different science. Okay, telling people how to sleep. But if you can convince one more person to find 5 minutes in their entire day, morning, afternoon, evening or night, doesn't matter, to just stay calm and to reflect or to deflect all the thoughts that traverse our busy minds in the complexity that we are part of, I think you will have done a wonderful job, not only for yourself, but for humanity. Encountering mysticism, a fundamental principle, is something that we need to again find time for. It is years and years worth of devoted following that will bring us closer to mysticism. So that is something that is the next step that you can think of. And finally, because we are short of time, there is a fascination, and this is my personal thought, there is a fascination among us, even at our ages of 50 and 60, to believe that whatever was there in my childhood was so good. Okay? And you compound that, and we go back and we say, what was discovered 400 years ago was a great truth. Yes, it was a great truth for that time. A truth that was found 1200 years ago, oh, what a beautiful thought. Yes, it was beautiful for that time. 2000 years ago, 5000 years ago, 10,000 years ago. Okay? All those truths, God bless the souls of those people who wrote those truths or discovered those truths. Great. But on the other side, apples have been falling for thousands of years. But it was only 200 years ago that Newton was bothered by a falling apple. Okay? And he wrote the laws of motion. They were not written 5,000 years ago, for God's sake. They were written only 200 years ago. So if you believe in that, then it is incumbent upon us to find the truth for us today. Those 400 years ago truth, 5,000 years ago truth are good for themselves. Some of it is useful today. But if we cannot find the time to discern the truths of today, how are we going to evolve? Only science will evolve. Only artificial intelligence will evolve. Mechanics will evolve. Engineering will evolve. But what about us as human beings? It is incumbent upon us to not only rely on the truths that have already been discovered by the great saints and philosophers of yesterday and thousands of years ago, but also, I believe, incumbent upon us to find the truths that are relevant to our lives and the complexity of our lives today. Thank you so much.